we left Pensacola and we fueled up, and after a 3-day motor sail, we made it to Gulfport. We headed over to Gulfport, Florida to meet up with our friends Tony and Michelle.
Yeah, there is a nice little marina there. It's a municipal marina, and pretty good facilities, nice little showers, stuff like that. But it's also a big mooring field and anchorage right around that area. Dinghy dock takes you right over to the kind of the central town there.
It's such a cool little town,
Yeah.
such a neat vibe. Just lots of bars and restaurants within walking distance, and really good food. And there's really no beach there. There was a tiny little beach, but really not much of a beach there. We saw the best live music we saw during the whole trip there.
There's a great little duo. She sang, and this guy was basically the drummer, but he was using a banjo, and he had a little piece of a tambourine on his toe, and several other percussion things, and really unusual, pretty cool.
Yeah, and Al entertained everyone with his world-famous moonwalk.
They did a Michael Jackson song, and he was inspired to do the moonwalk.
And everyone loved it. So then we Ubered over to St. Pete Beach. We had heard and read that that was a gorgeous beach to visit, and you know me, I gotta find my beach wherever I go. And it was so beautiful and clean and white and pristine, and the water was clear, and we loved it.
Yeah, I found a nice little bar overlooking the beach. Had a little lunch, and it was a good little afternoon. In general, Florida's not a very dog-friendly place when it comes to the beaches, so poor Rocky had to stay home a lot.
So after a few days in Gulfport, hanging out with our good friends, we decided we wanted to head on over to Clearwater. So it took us a day to get there, and it was a nice little trip. Bye Gulfport, we loved you. The marina was great bathrooms, great location. We were able to walk to bars and restaurants in downtown. We loved it, but now we're off to Clearwater.
Tempted by the fruit of another, tempted but the truth is discovered. What's been going on now that you have gone? There's no other. Just about the time the jukebox broke. Give me your head on the back of the hand. These are the words she wrote. Blow up your TV, blow up your TV. No way paper, no way paper. Go to the country, build you a home, plant a little garden, eat a lot of peaches, eat a lot of peaches.
And we always try to calculate this, leave early enough to where we get there when it's still daylight. They closed at 6:30, and we were just coming into the channel.
Barely made it
He was
at
ready
dusk.
the guy was ready to go home. He didn't want it to stay late, but he was there waiting for us at the dock. Now, I guess there's probably a lot of places like this, but I haven't experienced it much. But they just have these little short finger piers that are like not even half the length of the boat. So you have to lasso the pilings as you come in. Just not an easy place to dock. Fixed docks. And so you had to climb up or down depending on the tide. So this municipal marina, city marina here, Clearwater, it's a huge place. It's mostly commercial stuff, charter fishing, dolphin watch boats and dinner cruises, that kind of stuff. But we found this one really cool little bar that's just right there in the marina called the
Bait House.
Bait House.
So at the marina itself, there are literally bars and restaurants all the way down as you're walking over to the beach. I mean, there's tons of them. But we found this little tiny hole in the wall that was just the cutest, neatest little place, and we spent a lot of time there. They had dollar bills all on the ceiling from people that have gone before. You write your name on the dollar bill, and then you hang it up there. And Al ran into Hulk Hogan there, so that was pretty neat. Anyway, it was a neat little place. We really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Now, Clearwater itself, the town, well, the cool thing is the beach was what, a 2-minute walk across the street, and you're right there at this beautiful,
it was so close.
Beautiful beach. The town it's very commercial, lots of hotels and resorts and touristy gift shops, but really good restaurants, and we had a blast.
Yeah, we loved it in Clearwater, and we went over to Pier 60, which is one of the attractions of Clearwater, where they have music, they have vendors, lots of arts and crafts, things like that every evening around sunset. So that was a neat thing to do one evening.
Yeah, it was
we
fun.
loved it.
Yeah, we loved looking for little beach bars. There wasn't any. We found out that this is owned by the city, and they've outlawed them or something, but the Hilton is grandfathered in, so you can go up to the Hilton Hotel, and they've got a great little beach bar with a full life-size chess set on the beach and stuff like that. That was cool. But then you can walk all the way down to a little restaurant called Frenchie's,
which
on
is
the
very
beach.
popular. They
Yeah.
are very well known for their grouper sandwich, which I believe Al had that.
Al had
Yes.
that. I think every single restaurant in Florida
Had a grouper
has a
sandwich.
grouper sandwich on the menu, grilled,
Yes.
fried, whatever. But we were told this was the best one. I don't know if it was the best one. I didn't have one at every place, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's what Al said.
That's what Al said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Al, thank you very much for everything that you did for us and all you taught us.
Oh, hey, it was a pleasure. You guys know more than I do now. Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Come on now, don't be doing that. You ain't filming this, are you? You're gonna be fine. Oh, come on. We'll tag up sometime on one
Al,
of your legs.
again,
Enjoy it.
thanks for everything.
Yep.
Gonna miss you.
Well, we just said goodbye to Al, but we just want him to know how much we appreciate all his help. We really could not have done this trip without him, and I have to say that was the hardest goodbye I've had yet, just because he is part of my family. You know, he's one of my very closest friends, one of the closest friends I've ever had in my entire life, and he has done so much for us to get this boat ready for this trip, to get us ready for this trip, and to help build our confidence. So I just want to say a very heartfelt thank you, Alvin Mays.